Ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Zanders, your resident diamond ambassador here with the Green Organics family of companies. I appreciate everybody for dialing in on Super Bowl Sunday. It does show your amount of dedication to your team and to your family's financial future. We got a lot of guys and girls on TV tonight playing football or hanging out with football that are already wealthy. We want you to know that they weren't always like that, and they weren't always at the Super Bowl or able to watch it. They were putting in work either singing like Taylor Swift or putting in work like these football players in the gym. They weren't doing the fun stuff. They understood the law of sacrifice that you got to give up some stuff that you like temporarily to get things that you love permanently. Okay. And that's going to be the first thing that we touch on tonight. You can write that down as one of our 12 core values that we have here with the Green Organics family of companies. And we're not going to go through all 12 tonight. We're just going to touch on two of them. And one of our core values is the law of sacrifice. Okay, it is a spiritual law. It is a biblical law. It is a spiritual law throughout all kind of different civilizations over time. And the law of sacrifice simply states that you must. This is not negotiable. You must give up something that you like temporarily to get something that you love permanently. This is the same way children are born. You must give up something that you like temporarily, like a little bit of sleep, right? But to get something that you love for the rest of your life if all things work out. This is the way that businesses work. One of my mentors used to love to play golf at the Houston Municipal Golf Course, right? It's a kind of rinky-dink kind of golf course on the south side of Houston, Texas. And he would play golf there from time to time. And then once he gave up that. He stopped golfing on his weekend with his buddies to build his network marketing business. And then years and years and years later, after he became a multimillionaire in network marketing, he's been able to go to golf courses all around the world, anywhere he want to go, anytime, and bring as many people as he wants on private flights to go golf with him. He had to give up something that he liked, playing golf at the local, the local place, okay, temporarily to get something that he loved permanently, which is a world-class Jack Nicklaus level golf and things of that nature, okay? So that's the law of sacrifice. If you want to be successful in the business, all you got to do is ask yourself, what do I really want? Maybe for some people, that's financial freedom. I don't want to put a price tag or a limit on your financial freedom, but you might say, for me and my family, it takes about $7,000 a month. That just might be what it be for me. Some other people, you may live in a place with higher taxes or some more expensive gas, like California or maybe New York. For you, it may be $12,000 to $15,000 a month. It really just depends on what you want to do. If it is a certain amount of money for you to be financially free, you need to figure out, okay, if I know I need more income for my family, what does the law of sacrifice indicate? It indicates that I need to give up a smaller amount of money temporarily to get the big amount of money permanently. And for me, that was my auto ship. For me, it was my product purchase when I first spent my $12.95 and then upgraded to 100. I knew I had to give up a certain amount of what I would consider now small money. It didn't seem small at the time. I had to sacrifice that. And then long term, I got a significant amount of income, and we don't need to talk about those numbers, but y'all know those are pretty significant. Okay. So that's the law of sacrifice. That is one of our core values. We need to understand that as an organization of what it takes. If you want to travel the world with your family, if you want to go to Disney World once a year with the kids, or you want to go to Universal with the kids, or you want your son or daughter to go to college, but you want to take them there and do a tour and not worry about if they get a scholarship or not. You just want to have the money for your children to go where they want to go. You're going to have to give up some travel that you like temporarily. You may have to miss a birthday party or two for your little cousin or something, or your uncle's graduate retirement party to build this business. You may have to give up some travel, going some places that you like, so that long term you can go to places that you love, like taking your children on their college tours and things of that nature, or internship, or whatever it is they want to do. Okay, so understand that. The second core value we're going to talk about tonight, and this is only two of 12, is that we build a positive team with the family spirit. Okay, I want to be very clear about that. Okay, we build a positive team with a family spirit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, it takes a lot of deprogramming for that to really get through your head. And it took a lot of deprogramming for me. I want to be very frank with you. When I first started in this business, I had a lot of negative programming. I grew up on welfare, 2 blocks away from the Magnolia Housing Project in New Orleans, Louisiana. And it wasn't really a race thing. A lot of people think it's about racism because that's what the media tells you. No, not at all. It is a money division here in America more than you can ever believe. And I grew up around Anybody around us, black, white, Latino, anything in between, we was all broke. We was all broke together. We was all hood together. We was all on welfare, cheese and the peaches with the oil on the peanut butter with the oil on top together. We all caught the bus together. Wasn't no school buses coming there. The school bus might get shot. You had to catch the regular bus with adults, okay, going to work or wherever they was going. We grew up in an area where we understood family was a big deal. Family was your protection, family was your safety. If you didn't have family, you was probably getting beat up every day. We had so many kids in our family. We had 17 people growing up in the same house. So you can imagine how grimy it was when we were trying to figure out food. I mean, for all of us, we all played on the same sports teams, and that was like daycare for our parents. You better play on a sports team because they didn't want you coming home before you had to. All right. It was just too many of us. Okay. And so when we got an opportunity to get involved in network marketing, I had to get me right in the head. I had to get me right in the head. My brain was so messed up. I thought that that was the right way to live. I thought that people selling drugs was the right way to live. I thought that people using drugs was the right thing. That was just the cool thing for people to do. I thought that that lifestyle was just, this is what we grew up watching. And lucky for me, I had just enough guidance to be able to figure out right from wrong. And that's why I was able to go down the path I went through. However, it wasn't done by the time I got older. By the time I got older, I had some stinking thinking in the area of money. Okay. I grew up watching poverty. I grew up watching holes in the roof. I grew up watching my mother put down pots and pans to catch the water when it rained. I don't know if anybody else really been through that. And it's a thing. When you have more roaches in your house than you have money, it is a very normal thing to and then go back to sleep because roaches will fall off the ceiling onto you. If that's never happened to you, you had a great childhood, man. It was grimy, and I don't regret any of it. This is not a complaining session at all. I'm just letting you know when you get older, you're going to have to do some work in your own mind to understand that there are other ways to live if you want to. So when I say build, our second core concept, our core value that we're talking about tonight is to build a positive team with the family spirit. Sometimes you have to redefine what positive means for you. Sometimes you have to try to imagine some things and research some things that you've never been through. Okay, you might not have anybody in your family who's ever made $100,000, much less a million. Okay, I know I didn't. I had to be the first. Okay, and it's very difficult for you when you have to be the first because you have to live in the realm of imagination. You have to live in a realm of imagination. It is quite literally, when I say live in the realm of imagination, that's the most important thing I'll tell you on this call. You have to get to a point when you go to sleep at night and you close your eyes, you're not in your current address. You mentally have to be in the place that you want to be. Okay, when I was getting into my 97 Oldsmobile Aurora with no AC and a dent so big in the driver door that the driver door wouldn't open, I had to get out my big 6'4" self, had to get out the passenger side to get in and out of my car. You want embarrassing, try doing network marketing meetings in that, okay? With no AC in Louisiana, blazing. I'm driving a Domino's pizza oven. This is real life. This is really what it was. When I got into that car, in my head, I was in a new car. When I got into, let me tell you how bad it was. Let me tell you how far I took it, and we'll move on. And this is all under the category of our second core value of the night: build a positive team with the family spirit. I didn't say a familiar spirit. I did not say a familiar spirit. That's a whole different animal you don't want no part of. I said a family spirit. Okay. Let me tell you how far I took it, and then we'll move on to the next point for the call. I took it so far. I was so big when I read Albert Einstein for the first time, and Albert Einstein said that imagination is the most powerful force on earth. The smartest man in the world was Albert Einstein. He right up there with Nikola Tesla and all these guys, right? Albert Einstein said imagination was the most powerful force on earth. When I really understood that for the first time, and I realized that the Bible verse that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When I realized that I create my own reality, I create the own stuff. No excuses. No more whining. No, my daddy beat me or this, that, and the third. Or they told me I was ADHD or dyslexic and I couldn't get good grade. No excuses. No excuse. I got bullied. Nobody cares. I got arrested. Nobody cares. No excuses. No, we all got different things we done been through. Okay. When you get done making excuses, even if the stuff that happened to you is not your fault, the stuff that happened to you that may be limiting you from achieving what you want, I'm here to tell you, even when it's not your fault. You still got to take responsibility for how you move forward. It's the only fair way for you. The only fair thing for you to do is say, okay, that happened to me. That was bad. That happened to me. That was bad. That was really bad. And I don't have any closure from that person and what they did. I don't have no closure. I just got to, you know what? I can't live in the past. I have to live in the future version for myself. And you know what? Whatever that was in the past, the Bible says you got to let the dead bury the dead, man. You got to let some stuff go. You don't have to forgive or forget in that way. You might not be there yet, but you got to mentally and emotionally let it go so you can free up that energy to move forward. And so I'm gonna tell you how far I took it. I remember I was in my car, I was in my champagne colored Oldsmobile Aurora, no AC, hot, August, Louisiana, August heat. I said, if in my imagination I had air conditioning in a new car, would my windows be down? And from that point forward, do you know I rode with that car? Even when it was hot, I kept the windows up because in my imagination, I was like, I got AC. I am sweating bullets. You can call it crazy if you want. I don't mind that. I don't know if you made $1 million plus. I don't know, but I know what it did for me. So you can call it, oh, that boy crazy. He don't call it what you want. I'll compare bank balances with you any day of the week. I promise you I will, because I really believe in what I'm telling you. I'm in that car and it's so hot, snot is running out my nose because if you ever been in like extreme heat, all of this liquefies. This is dripping. You can't stop it. It's not a cold. It's liquefying all the mucus in your body. I'm telling you, that's how crazy I was. That's how obsessed I was about having a different life for me and my family. I said, this car got AC. God is my witness. I might pass out and die. This car, I got AC. And if I have AC, my windows will be up. And I drove like that. I'm gonna tell you, I took it one step further. When I started putting gas in this car, I didn't have the money to do this. Some of y'all, I told this before. I put premium gas in that car. I put premium gas in that car. Why? It didn't even need premium gas. That's an economy car. Why would I spend that much money? Because the Bible said faith without works is dead. And boy, I'm gonna work it. Bible said faith without works is dead. And faith is evidence of things unseen. You can't really see it. I didn't see the AC, but I acted like it was there. I wasn't driving a Jaguar at that time, but I was putting the expensive gas in there as if it was, and I got it all. So say what you want to say. I'm not telling you take it that far. Health-wise, a lot of y'all probably couldn't handle that. Don't just go say Will Zanders told me ride with no AC. Don't know. I didn't have no AC in that car. I'm just telling you, you figure out what the price is you want to pay for your greatness, and you go from there. But since then, Benzes plural, don't have those. Jaguar had that. BMW drove those. Was just in the Maserati this weekend. Pulled up at the family reunion function. People had never seen no car. Like, what vehicle is that? Okay, we and MJ was at the 50th wedding anniversary for our parents. Just pulled up, just whatever. What we go to the rental car place, another place. And man, what's the most expensive, baddest car you got? I don't care what it is. And it was like at this time on the lot, Maserati. Okay, I'll pick the black one, and that was that. Okay, I want you to have access to anything you want because guess what? The devil got people out here that don't love human beings at all that have nice things. And until you step into your reality, be it Christian, be it Muslim, be it whatever spiritual, be it just a natural, even if you're just a fan of the universe, you call God's power whatever you want to call it. That's on you. I don't really debate any of that. But it's going to be very difficult for us as people to influence this next generation if we don't have anything worth talking about that they would appreciate. My mentor told me, because I used to have a Hyundai as well, and I love my Hyundai, by the way. My mentor told me, you can't have a Hyundai. I said, but I like the Hyundai. Got good mileage, it's very comfortable, got all the bells and whistles. He said, the cars you drive aren't for you, they're for your team. So when you go to a meeting, people immediately know, okay, this is a person they demand respect. Is it superficial? Yes. Do I like the fact that civilization is superficial? No, I don't like it. But does it make it easier for me to help you get signups and show you what you can have? Yes, because guess what? If you can get a Maserati or a Lamborghini, guess what? You can always get to Toyota. You can always drill down. And they have different cars and different homes and different vacation packages for different levels of consciousness. I'm going to say that one more time. But you might not, some of y'all might not get that on this call. It'll make sense later. There are different cars, different vacation packages, different boats, different bank balances. There are different things, just random material stuff that you can't take with you. There are different carats of diamond. There are different things for different levels of consciousness and different levels of awareness. You can have whatever it is you want to have, do, be, want, or achieve. If you didn't, the entire Bible would be a lie. The Bible says, I will give you the desires of your heart. You just have to decide what you want. Okay. So those are some of our core values. We do not negotiate those. We do not compromise those, and we don't outsource those. Okay. Next up, let's move on. I want to talk very briefly about some statistics we were looking at with the 8 diamonds in this company. We're talking about Godasana right now. And if you look at the diamonds at HBN, it's like 10 total if you add them all together. And I just want to give you some numbers about the Godasana diamonds right now. And not that it is a big deal if you become a diamond or not. I'm here to tell you, you can make over $12,000 a month at Godasana as a bronze. That is that's about 140 some thousand a year as a bronze. So you don't have to be a diamond. I just want to give you some statistics about the people who have achieved the diamond rank already. Seven out of 8 of the people who have achieved diamond with Godasana started off at the $12.95 package. 7 out of 8. So I never want you to think that, oh, I have to do a larger package. You do not. If you get educated on the products and the pay plan, you will upgrade organically over time when you're ready, and your prospects will too. So don't really worry about that. Just kind of get in where you fit in, get in where it's comfortable, and you can upgrade. All the diamonds upgraded, by the way. All 8 diamonds are now at 100 BV, except for one who's at 50 BV, just because they don't know any better right now. But all seven out of 8 diamonds started at $12.95. Coach Marks is one of those. The second statistic is that we're looking at the diamonds. 6 out of 8 diamonds, 6 out of 8 use, I lied, 7 out of 8 diamonds used the hot market strategy to acquire a lot of their customers and distributors. They reached out to friends and family asking favors. Okay, just know that that's the real thing. For 7 out of 8 diamonds, they used our hot market strategy. All right, just know that. Okay, 7 out of 8. 7 out of 8 diamonds used a new member orientation. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that very briefly. When I say new member orientation, what does that mean? It means that when they first joined, they were given some simple steps to just kind of get their feet under them. They didn't do a whole lot. Okay, I mean, it wasn't, they didn't read 17 books. They kind of got in and got started and went to work. But they did get some type of orientation training. Like when you go to work at McDonald's, you got to go through orientation. You can't not do that. Okay, so just understand that. Next up about diamonds, 8 out of 8 diamonds in the company are all in our organization. So if someone joins you and you're on this Zoom, you can tell them right now, you have, as of right now, the best team in the company by far. There are other teams out there for sure. There's some people who were there before us, but they don't have a single diamond in their organization. All 8 diamonds are in our organization. So y'all are with the best team right now, with the best coaching and teaching in the business. And last but not least, in the company of the top 6 earners, top 5 earners are all on our team as well. I think it's more than that, but I know for sure the top 5 are. And out of the top 10 earners, on the top 5 earners in the company, our team, and out of the top 10 earners on our team, we have men and women, white people and black people. And as soon as we get some of our Latino friends involved and Asian friends involved, it'll be more. But there are men, women, young and old, all in the top 10 earning of all color demographic and states and countries and whatnot, because this is really a team that really, really prizes unity and diversity as well, and inclusivity as well. And so that is a lot of fun to be able to have such a great melting pot of an organization. Now, as we move on, talking about the new member orientation very quickly. The new member orientation is very special. I don't have time to explain the steps, but I'm going to give you the steps, because what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. And if you don't at least try to write this stuff down at some point and start to fill in these gaps in your education, you're never going to have any duplication. In this business, you have to clone yourself. Yes, I am well aware that the government has programs where they're trying to clone people. That's a real thing. I hate to break it to you. The government's wild, man. They're wild. And I'm not afraid to tell you that that type of stuff goes on in real life. When I talk about that in network marketing, though, I'm going to tell you, you do need to duplicate yourself in the business. You need to duplicate yourself. Okay, that's a fact. All right. I can hear some people now. The government ain't cloning nobody. You think you know they clone dogs for $10,000? You can get your dog cloned for $10,000. You can get a cat cloned for $5,000. I'm just giving y'all some insight, right? We're gonna wake some people up tonight. You do know that any private company you ever see doing something, the government already got that technology. And I don't mean that in a good way. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna lose a couple people on the call for that one, and that's okay. Look, the president too. Fritz, no, Fritz is smart. Fritz knows, man. We're gonna wake some folks up on this one, man. Y'all got I can't let them be asleep forever, man. All right, so here we go. Talking about new member orientation. All right, new member orientation. And Tommy was in the military. Tommy knows these things. He got a certain type of clearance. I used to work for the feds, man. I'm just telling y'all, this is real stuff out here. Y'all ain't gotta like it. All right, here we go. New member orientation, 10 steps. I'm not going to go into detail because we don't have time. Number one, create strong mental and emotional barriers to exit. You got to figure out why you're doing the business. If you don't figure out why you're doing the business, you out of there. You out of there. Okay. Number two, after you create strong mental and emotional barriers to exit, like your list of 20 reasons why in top four, that's where that comes from. The second thing is you have to have your appropriate initial order. What is your appropriate initial order going to be? It's going to be the amount of product you need to really get your business started based on where you want to go financially with your business and how many products you want. Number three, you tell your new members, we're going to go ahead and set up auto ship if appropriate. Auto ship may not be appropriate for everybody. Some people don't want auto ship. Some people do. If you want to create a stable, duplicatable, predictable business with automatic money, you're going to need automatic ship. Okay, I'm just letting you know. All right. Number four, you have to get familiar with the resources and tools you have on at your disposal. And your homework assignment for that is going to be to log into your back office and tell your new reps they need to be clicking on 3 links a day. All right, they need to be clicking on 3 links a day. Next up, excuse me, number five, you need to build your belief. This is a huge, huge, huge one. You need to build your belief in those core areas of belief in the business model or the industry, belief in the company, belief in the product, belief in the pay plan, and belief in yourself. It's your job to build your belief, okay? Next up, number six is your hot market. You got to really get your hot market knocked out of the way. This is when you do your business launch at step 6. This is when you launch your business. You create a preliminary candidate list. You work the hot market and you launch your business on social media. You launch your business on Facebook stories and reels. You need to walk your new members through this process. And 80% of network marketers have never launched their business ever. And the 10%, from 80 to 90%, the 10% that did out of the 20 did it on accident. Only 10% of network marketers have an intentional, proven, step-by-step launch strategy. Get with your plugged-in support team and they can walk you through that process. You must launch your business and you only got to do it one time. Okay. Next up, you must master the art of inviting. Okay. There are several books that you can read on inviting, not the least of which is Icebreakers by Tom Big Al Schreider. I talk about this book every week. Why? Because some of y'all still ain't bought it yet. Okay. I don't get paid to tell you about these books, but you need them. The audio book is available as well. Okay. It's like $4. You can get the paperback, the audio. I don't care, but you need that book. The book called The 4 Color Personality Types, or the 4 Color Languages for Network Marketing, also by Big Al, Tom Big Al Schreider. Okay. Right out of Houston, Texas. All right. And the third book that I'd recommend for learning how to invite is going to be a book called How to Get Instant Trust, Influence, Belief, and Rapport. And that is by Tom Big Al Schreider as well. Last but not least, an honorable mention isn't the whole book, but Eric Worre's book, GoPro. There's a chapter on inviting, and I recommend reading that chapter at least 6 or 7 times. And I know that that chapter on inviting from GoPro with Eric Worre is available on on YouTube. It's available on YouTube for free. So there's no excuse to not getting this stuff, all right? So that is how you master the art of inviting, and then you practice that. So if you read for 3 hours, you need to invite practice for 3 hours. You read for 1 hour, you need to practice inviting for an hour, all right? And you can incorporate that into number 6, which is launching your business specifically with the hot market. Number 8 in the new member orientation is to learn how to present the business in a way that duplicates. That can be as simple as sending a series of videos, or it can be as simple as drawing it out on a whiteboard. I typically prefer to do both, but you do need to learn at some point, start down the path of how to present this business to people using videos, Zooms, or whiteboard, or a napkin, or some paper. But you'll figure out a way to do it that duplicates. Okay. Number nine in the new member orientation. You need to become so familiar with this process that you are able to teach people this process. You need to take people down the path of doing their own new member orientation. If I had sponsored Denise, which I didn't, boy, I wish I did. Denise is amazing. But if I had sponsored Denise out of New York, her first day in the business, I would take Denise through this process. I would probably spend the first phone call we would do that day. If we couldn't meet in person over coffee, we would go ahead and spend about 20 minutes on the phone, and we would go through steps 1 through 4 that day. And I would give her some homework. And then the next call we would do, no more than a day or two later, we would do steps steps 5, 6, and maybe 7, 5 and 6 that day. But we would complete the new member orientation over the course of her first week in the business. Okay. And she'd make her money back and all that good stuff right there. All right. So that's number 9. And then number 10 in the new member orientation step, number 10, you need to make sure you're here 18 months from now. If you don't have at least 18 months of gas in your tank to build this business, I hate to break it to you, you're probably not going to make it to the level you want to make it to. And I got to be honest with you, this industry has too many people that are lying to you. They're blowing smoke just to get you to sign up. They're just telling you all the things you want to hear. Oh, it's going to be so easy to make this money and blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to learn nothing. You don't have to do nothing. You'll be making 100,000. Listen, if you ever heard of anybody making $100,000 their first, 30 days in the business, I'm not saying that's a lie. I'm just saying those circumstances are so peculiar and rare. It didn't happen for me like that. It probably won't happen for you like that either. Don't really believe nothing. That's all weird stuff that's not real. People do love to be fooled. You're right, Eve, they do. So please just know the bare minimum level of mental commitment it's going to take you to get to the 6-figure level. And I mean, if you get really good at this and work it part-time, hardcore, is 18 months. That's the best I got for you. I wish it was faster for a lot of people. But if you can make it past that first 18 months, honestly, you're probably setting yourself up for 2 to 5 years of making a good 6-figure income on an annual basis. If I join a company and I look at the marketing plan, I'm gonna tell you the 2 things I look for right now. This is a little bonus thing before we move on. 2 things I look for. Number 1, can I put some retail profit in my pocket very quickly? Can I make my money back basically? Can I make my first 50, 100, 200 bucks within my first week or two within the hot market? I need to be, maybe my first month, I need to be able to make at least 50, 100, 200 bucks my first full month in the business. I need to have a system in place where I can work my hot market, maybe launch a business and make a little bit of money. I just need to note it up front. I can make a couple $100 my first full month in the business. And then I look at 2 to 5 years. Can I make a consistent 6-figure, multiple 6 figures, strong 6-figure income within 2 to 5 years of doing this business? If I can do that, I know it's real, because I'm gonna give y'all a tip. You're gonna hate this one, but it's true. The faster your check grows, the faster it can leave. The faster your money comes in, if you hit 10 grand a month in 1 month, guess what? It can leave really, really fast. I know that from experience. But if you build a business that is stable, based on unified, duplicable systems, which we'll talk about in a second, if you can get your mind right, your MLM blueprint right, and build that business, and you make $300 your first month, and the next month you make 150, but then the next month you make 320, the next month you make 80, but the next month you make 500, then the month after that you make 600, then 650, then 600, then 800, and it just builds and builds slowly but surely. The upward trajectory, that money doesn't leave. That's why I've made the money I've made in over a decade in this industry, because it wasn't get rich overnight. It wasn't no get rich quick scheme. It wasn't $100,000 in 30 days or nothing crazy like that. It just wasn't. And the money that takes you some time to build is the money that lasts. And for people, I have this chart in this book. I know we got somebody on here who's like, well, Will, I've been here 3 months and I'm only making $200 a month. I understand. Let me tell you what that means. I was talking to Rick Burnett about this. And Rick's making more than that, I just happen to be having this conversation with him over coffee. And Rick's he's out of Fairhope, Alabama. We'll be there tomorrow in Alabama tomorrow. That's God's country out there. It's good times in Alabama. And if you're making $200 a month, and I can tell you, at the interest rate that banks are paying right now, banks are paying somewhere between 2 and 3%. That's going to be about $100,000 in the bank for you to make $200 a month. So, how many people do you know who currently have saved, that you can know this for sure, $100,000 in the bank that they don't have to touch? $100,000 in the bank. Very few people you know personally have $100,000 in the bank. Okay, but that pays $200 a month in interest, which is really great. In network marketing, you know a lot of people who make $200 a month, and I can tell you personally, $200 a month for network marketing or $200 a month for bank interest, it spends the same. When you go to Kroger or Publix or the Chevron, that $200 is going to put the same amount of gas in your car. So I don't know what's going to be easier for you, to build a $200 business a month in network marketing, be really proud of that, or to save $100,000. It's going to be easier to build a network marketing business. And if you got up to that $100 or $200 a month, you should be excited. You know what you need to say? You need to say, you know what? I built an asset that is worth $100,000 in the bank at $200 a month. Let me do this. Let me get up to about $500 a month, $600 a month. Let me build this thing up to about $600 a month. And how much would that be worth in the bank? That's going to be almost $300,000. Okay. You need to understand what you have, because a lot of people have this plan in their mind and they say, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save money and save up a bunch of money and I'm gonna live off the interest. No, you won't. No, you won't. But everybody says that. We say that from the time we're 35 to 55. We always say we're gonna save up $1 million and live off the interest. The only money you have to save is you take your check, and I know this personally, you take your check and you subtract the rent or the mortgage, car note, insurance, maybe going to dinner with the family maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe a movie once every 2 weeks, a vacation, maybe once a year, maybe any other type of bills you have, dog food, cat food, health insurance, everything. Whatever you got left over at the end of the month, that's what you got to save. You're not going to save your way to wealth, ladies and gentlemen. Money doesn't work that way, and I'm sorry. Nobody's ever done it that way. All right, yeah, balance be almost zero. Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right, so let's move on. So that's the process that it takes from new member orientation standpoint. Let's dive into. Let me give you the list of systems, because this is something I'm going to mention on every call, even though I'm not going to train on every call. Other leaders will sometimes. I want to make sure you have written down the 7 systems that you need to be successful here. And I think we decided to put follow up and give it its own category again. I've been back and forth with that since Orange Beach. This is not necessarily in order, but system number 1 is a retail system. That's a system to acquire customers. You don't have to use ours if you don't want to, but you need to have one. Number 2, we have a recruiting system. That's a system that we have to get reps on your team. Number 3 is going to be a follow-up system. We put that one back in its own category. Following up is very important, and we end up doing it a lot more than we think we do. Number 4 is onboarding. We just talked about the onboarding system. That's our 10-step new member orientation. Number 5 is going to be the launch system. We have a 5-step proven launch process that we do. If you don't know it, you probably want to learn it. Number 6 is going to be our retention system. We'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the call. Number 7 is going to be a recognition system. We have an event-based, social media-based recognition system. And last but not least, we have a personal development system, and that's going to cover all your skill set, mindset acquisition, leadership, influence, motivation, and discipline, and this, that, and the third. So those are the systems that we have. Enjoy those, write those down, learn them when you get time. Now let's dive into the meat and potatoes of the call, your MLM blueprint. Can somebody put the time in the chat on Central? I got it. Okay, good. We're right on time. Okay, never mind. We're good. Okay. And so we're going to talk about your MLM blueprint very quickly. Your MLM blueprint is your subconscious beliefs about the network marketing business model. It's your subconscious beliefs about on the inside. Do you think that this business is a scam or a scheme? Do you think that this business is what do you really think this business is? It is a scam or scheme? Is this business legitimate? It's totally up to you. One of my saving graces in network marketing, one of the reasons why I've been successful in network marketing is because my mother was involved in network marketing when I was a child. I was too young to understand what it was, but I saw nothing, but positive images. And even though she wasn't making any money in network marketing, I saw products coming in that we use around our household. And my aunt was involved in the Shackley Corporation. My mother was involved in Tupperware and a company called Juice Plus back when they were National Safety Associates or something like that, NSA. My family was involved in network marketing, and my cousin was involved in Five Links back when I was younger. I didn't know what any of this was. It didn't matter. What I did know is people I loved were doing it. We had these Tupperware containers, and they had good leftovers in there. So I have a positive association mentally with network marketing. So when I got started in network marketing over a decade ago, I never thought it was a scam or a scheme anyway. So when people said things like, "Hey, this is one of those pyramid schemes," I would go, "Buddy, I don't even know what you're talking about. But I know that they got people making money, and I want to make some money too. And if you want to do it, let's do it. If not, that's okay too." I didn't have any negative mental associations with it. Now, it may not be the same for you. You may have neutral associations with network marketing as a business model, as a child or as an adult. You got to think back sometimes and look for your blueprint. Or you may have been involved in a whole bunch of companies and never had any real success. If you've been involved in network marketing companies before and you failed miserably time after time after time and keep quitting, it is probably going to be a negative subconscious impression that you have about the network marketing business model or your ability to succeed in the network marketing business model. That is a possible thing. Okay. If it is, I want to give you some ways right now that you can fix it. Okay. So if you think possibly that you may have some deep seated, unresolved, secret fears or lack of belief about network marketing, it's okay. Put a one in the chat if you feel you may have some negative stuff going on an emotional level, deep down. Just let me know. If not, it's okay. But put a one in the chat. I just want to see who we got on here that may have some. We're gonna fix it tonight. Don't worry about it. We're gonna fix it tonight. There's no embarrassment. There ain't no shame. If you got some, you might have some deep. Just I don't really think this really working like that. Okay, this is what it is. This is good. This is good. We got some people. Yeah, don't be afraid. We got to talk about the stuff. If y'all said, "Nah, we good," I would believe you. Okay, so sometimes you're going to the events, you're putting in the work, the auto ship's the right amount. It's still not quite turning over for you. Okay, why is that happening? Because there's probably some subconscious beliefs there. This is the reason why if I come in, I can have a script. I can use the script on social media and it'll work for me. You can come in, you use the script and it won't work, even if we're talking to the same person. It's not me. I don't look better than you, smell better than you, move cooler than you. That's nothing to do with it. I've been doing this business a long time, successfully, even before I had any results. I believed in it, and that's why. So here's some things you can do to deprogram yourself and remove that subconscious belief. Is number one, understand, acknowledge that it's there, and it is not a problem. This is totally normal. This is totally normal. It is more likely that for all the top earners I know, for the most part, they had some subconscious belief. Myself too. I didn't have subconscious beliefs in the area of network marketing, in those limiting subconscious beliefs. I had them in other areas. So everybody who's ever been successful in network marketing has some type of, Glamour just said it, subconscious limiting beliefs on the inside. Okay. So number one is acknowledging that that is normal. That is not a problem. And one of the best things about this business is we get to fix it. Okay. Number two, okay, once you acknowledge what it is, understand that you cannot take out a negative belief without replacing it with a positive belief. You cannot just remove a negative belief. It's going to be an empty space there. You have to put something else in its place because nature abhors a vacuum. It's like there was a verse in Christ said in the Bible. I said that if you get the demons out and clean the house, but you don't put nothing good there, they'll come back with friends just like them, and it'll be worse than if you had never got rid of them. It works the same way with network marketing, limiting beliefs. If you start to get rid of process, but you don't replace them with some positive beliefs, some positive brain food going in there, it's going to be bad for you. Okay, I'm telling you. So once you start this process, understand you must replace the negative belief with a positive belief. Okay, now let's go to number three. Number three, the number one most time tested, proven way, okay, to replace a subconscious limiting belief is going to be one word. That word is repetition. Repetition is the mother of learning. Repetition, according to Bob Proctor, is the #1 belief displacement therapy in the world. Well, Will, what kind of repetitions do you mean? I mean, like Kobe Bryant shot 500 shots a day and he became a great shooter. You have to have 500 to 1,000 positive thoughts. What's the best way to do that? Affirmations. Affirmations are just prayers, by the way. It's just sometimes people wanted to take away the spirituality of prayer and just call it something different for people who aren't very spiritual. They call it affirmations. You call it what you want. It's a prayer. You're speaking things as not as though they were. That's a quote from the Bible, by the way, and many other spiritual texts. Just understand if you have to say things in the present tense over and over again, like I am a top earner, and you got to know what a top earner is for you. Why do you think you always have your top 20 reasons, top 4? Why is that always somewhere? Car, wallet, bathroom, desk. Why is it always around you? Because repetitions, you don't have to be conscious about them. You should be doing affirmations every day. I'm going to tell you that. You should. The Bible even says, one of my favorites said, let the weak say, I am strong. Doesn't that sound like a lie, though? Doesn't it sound like a lie? Let the weak say, I am strong. So if you're a weak person or weak in the area of finance, just say, I'm rich. But it sounds like a lie. But the Bible never says, thou shalt not lie. David even lied and saved his life. What it actually says is, thou shalt not bear false witness. And we have really just watered down what that really means. To not bear false witness means don't lie about somebody else. Don't lie about, hey, so and so did this. No, they didn't. They did not do that. You're lying. And we see that a lot in network marketing. You're lying to other people about some other stuff. Don't do that. That's bearing false witness about a situation. Okay? In this business, you never have to lie. We have people who left our teams to go to companies. They lied coming, lied going. They still broke today. They lying in the same dirty mattress they were sleeping on when they was here. Okay? However, speaking positive about yourself, you have a biblical green light to do that, by the way. You need to be speaking, man, I'm a diamond, if that's what you want. Or you can say, I'm already earning 20. Look, they still lying. Marcus, no, they still out there selling wolf tickets, man. Let them. They can keep that broke stuff over there. They can teach their team to lie and embellish in ways that's not necessary, okay? But affirmations are going to be good. I'm going to give you one affirmation. I say this affirmation every single day. I say it 20 times a day in the morning and 20 times a day at the evening. If I'm really on point, I'll say it 20 times a day at lunchtime as well. And I do many affirmations, okay? In a Dallas event, I likely have a list of my top 10 affirmations that I say on a daily basis. We're going to do the list in Orange Beach. We just ran out of time because there was so much great info. I have the list for you in Dallas of my top 10 affirmations that I say for network marketing every single day. But this one right here is my favorite. It's the one I'd always start off my personally sponsored reps with, okay? Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better, okay? Say that at least 20 to 60 times a day. Marcus already knew what it was. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I didn't invent that. That came from a French doctor named Dr. Emile Coué, who actually is on record as healing patients. I'm not giving y'all a medical claim or anything like that, but his patients had certain health conditions back in like the 1800s. This is way before HBN and Green Organics, obviously. But his patients were getting better by speaking phrases like that over themselves. And that's one of my favorites that I ever learned was every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Say that 20 times a day, 20 to 60 times a day, your life will start to improve. You'll see it. You'll see those subconscious beliefs start to just kind of melt away. It's the strangest thing. Yeah, I'm like Thomas said, I'm living off grid in his cabin, self-sufficient. He has to say that every day because repetition is the #1 way to eliminate subconscious mental beliefs. Let me give you another one. Let me give you another way. #2, look, Belinda says she got it taped to her work desk. This is good because when it's taped to your desk, even if you don't say it and you see it, it still is going into your subconscious mind. This is very important for you. I know it sounds weird, sounds woo-woo. This is all scripturally sound mental teaching. I'm telling you, it's all in the book, y'all, okay? I'm just giving it to you as fast as I can, all right? Next up, yep, screensaver. Joy, that's one thing I do. If people saw my screensaver, I just recently changed it. Why? My screensaver when I got to HBN was I will be $1 million earner. I hit that level last year in Green Organics Company. So I was like, yo, this is really special. The $1 million, that was my screensaver way before I had $1 million with this company. Had I made $1 million in network marketing total before that? Sure. But I had never made it with one company before. And this was a real big deal for me. So I had that as my screensaver and I only recently changed it. I just forgot it was there. So you should do that too. But start it off at if you've never made 100,000 network marketing or 25, I will start off at with a screensaver of 25,000. You'll hit that, then go 50. When you hit 50, then go 100. When you go 100, then go 250. Use the banners that we have, the Facebook banners that we have on social media. Use those banners with your picture in it and just look at it every single day. Turn it up in color, laminate it, and tape it to the wall. People will call you crazy. They can call you crazy all day, but guess what? They won't call you in a little while. They won't call you broke. They won't call you broke. I promise you that. You can say whatever you want about me, but at the end of it, you better put rich on the back end of that, or else you a liar. Okay. Next up, the second way you can change the way that your subconscious mind has these limiting beliefs is your environment. Okay, your environment. You need to, when you're possible, be around people who are at the level you want to be, even though it's online. This right here, this Zoom interaction that Coach Sonic, shout out to Coach Sonic for putting this together for us, right? Listen, this is important for you. This is helping you get your vibration up to where you want to be. When you come to events, when you come to an event and you can hug these top earners and shake their hand and just get a little bit of that anointing on you, just let it rub off on you, it helps you. It helps you. It helps you. It helps you. I'm telling you, when you in the right environment, it's going to change your mind. You only going to see so many people. When we say how many people made $500, everybody stand up but you. We say how many people made $5,000, half of them stand up. How many people made $10,000? How many people made $25,000? At the event, they just keep stand up, stand up, stand up. You're going to eventually say, all right, if that person already made 25, they made 25,000, they made 25,000. Clearly, I need to be, you know what? Yeah, I can do it. They doing it. They no different than me. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like me. So your associations, your environment is so important. It's so important, okay? Number three, all right, is going to be emotional impact. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing changes your emotional blueprint, your blueprint about this business model until you get awarded with someone. You win an award at an event, or you get recognized for making X amount of thousands of dollars, man, at that live event. On the inside of you, you may not even be aware that the changes are taking place. Inside you, it something shifts loose in a good way, and it is going to help you. Okay. There is a fourth way to change your subconscious belief. I'm looking at time right now. We'll save that for next time because we got to wrap up. But those are the top three for sure: repetition, seeing something over and over again, or affirmations, saying it, writing it down over and over again. This is how you learn how to tie your shoes. This is how you learn how to drive a car. This is how you learn how to use one of these cell phones when they took the buttons away and we had to start using screens, right? What happened to the buttons? I don't know. You had to learn by repetition. That's how you learned how to shave. That's how you learned how to brush your teeth. Repetition is how you're going to learn your that you deserve to have a significant amount of money. Okay. That's how you do it. The next one is environment. Change your environment up a little bit. Look, you can go to Amazon and get a nice piece of art. It doesn't have, it can be a $19 replica of Vincent van Gogh, but put a little $3 frame on it from Hobby Lobby and put that somewhere. Just start to just kind of get your environment a little, yeah, it's how we learn how to walk, repetition and environment. People kept telling us, walk. People were looking at us as a baby saying, you should be able to walk, kid. Get up. We're not going to carry you forever. And guess what you did? You started trying to walk because your environment, the repetition and practice of walking, and you were surrounded by people who were walking. You were surrounded by people who were telling you walk. If you fell down, they didn't say quit trying to walk like these goofballs say quit the business. You don't quit the business when you fail. You get in touch with us, and guess what we do? We push you. We get you back on your feet. We dust off your little dusty bottom, and we get you back walking again. Okay, until you learn how to walk. It's the same thing in this business. You keep saying, I'm going to walk across that stage. They're going to help me walk across that stage. If I fall down and stumble, I didn't make it last event, I'll make it this event. If I don't make it this event, I'll make it the next one. But I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep walking, and we will be there to support you the same way hopefully your parents were there to help you learn how to walk and then run and then jump. It is a process, and you must learn this business sequentially. You learn the new member orientation first. You learn hot market first. You learn cold market last. Will, can I just spend some money and run an ad in the paper? No. You learn the basic, but I don't want to talk to my friends and family. Then you don't believe in the product that we have. Or you don't love your friends and family. If that's the case, I don't want to be around you. Who doesn't love their friends and family? I mean, you got that one family member you don't really fool with. But other than that, I mean, generally, you want to love your family enough to share some great products with them. So you learn the hard stuff later. You learn how to jump later. You learn how to throw a ball first, roll it first, then throw it. Then you learn how to catch it. Eventually, you might learn how to pitch. Pitching is different than just throwing the ball. You learn how to shoot a basketball. That comes later. You got to learn how to catch first. I got to catch the ball first. That you learn the basics of network marketing first. Okay. And then you move forward. All right. Now, let's finish up with this tonight. We're just about out of time. I promised you we had some new tools for you. And shout out to Keith Foster. This is going to go under the category of the retention system, as well as go under the category of getting familiar with the tools and videos you have at your disposal. My favorite 3 videos for building your subconscious belief in the network marketing business model. This is homework for everybody. If you've already watched these videos, watch them again. Okay, watch them again. The first one is The Perfect Business by Robert Kiyosaki. That is available on our One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, curated by the one and only network marketing multimillionaire, Coach Marcus Jones. The Perfect Business by Robert Kiyosaki will help you understand the business model. Robert Kiyosaki is a real estate multi-billionaire who does network marketing. It will help build your belief. Second is my personal favorite, is going to be A Perfect Business. Okay. Oh, yes. It's on the Top Earner playlist. Coach Marcus already got these there for you in a playlist. Watch them all. All right. The next one is going to be Brilliant Compensation by Tim Sales. This is my favorite explanation of the network marketing business model. Tim Sales has made over $60 million in network marketing commissions. He's a retired U.S. Army veteran, used to be on the bomb squad. Super, super solid dude. Yep, Steven, that's Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy. Yeah, he actually wrote a part of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about network marketing. Shockingly, if you read it, look for that part. It's my favorite part. Good job, Dawn. Good job. Yeah. Brilliant Compensation by Tim Sales is a great resource. It will build your understanding and belief in this industry. You watch that video enough, it will get rid of some of those subconscious limiting beliefs. I'm telling you. So combine these videos with the affirmations and repetition and your vision board and your top 20 reasons why, and hanging out with us on these Zooms or at these events. And guess what? You're going to replace every negative belief you have about this business. How do I know? Because we all had to do it or teach somebody else had to do it. I got lucky that my mom liked network marketing, okay? But that doesn't mean I haven't helped dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of people at this point, get past their negative beliefs about the industry and the business model, okay? Next up, a video on YouTube. Again, it's on the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel. This video used to cost $100. We got it for free on the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel. Thank you, Coach Marcus Jones, for that upload. When it first came out, it was like $97 to get the DVD. It's on our YouTube channel for free now, and it's called Rise of the Entrepreneur by Eric Worre. This is one of the most powerful videos about the network marketing industry. You should watch this at least 60 times this year. Okay, the video is probably an hour long. You should be watching this video at least 60 times, 60. You should be watching this video at least 60 times this year. It's so good. It's so impactful, and it will change everything you ever thought you understood about this business model. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. And there's some others as well, like videos with economist Harvey Dent, Dr. Charles King, and Tony Robbins as well. So those other videos are a lot shorter. They're all on our One Team, One Dream YouTube channel. I think, are all 6 of those in the Top Earner playlist, Coach Marcus? Are all 6 of those in the Top Earner playlist? If so, please put that Top Earner playlist in the chat so people can watch all those videos at their leisure this upcoming week. And it'll change your subconscious blueprint. I'm telling you, it'll change everything for you. Last but not least, we have 2 more tools, and we'll close out the call with this. Let's go ahead and stop the recording, Coach Sonic. I want this to be a reward for just the people who are live. The people watching recording can get it later. Let's just give these to the folks who are live.